What's up? Welcome back to the channel. We got The Mandalorian, Season 3, Episode 8 finale, The Return. And as usual, we have Moto Viper down there, Bull 80, gushing. Don't be deceived by the somber entrance. We will get rowdy tonight. Go ahead, Marcos. Take it away.
Nope, I'm staying off the rowdy bucket. Hey, excuse me, gentlemen. I'm so sorry. I hope my mic is not fucked up because usually it is. I went back and checked out the video from last night, and I cut out. I don't like that, so I'm going to try and keep my voice mellow. But happy 420, gentlemen. Check this out. Now, this is some really good stuff, and check out this little keef I got from Rob78. Rob7, what's up, TKD Bar? Happy 420 to Ralph. Happy 420 to us in the panel. And I just want to say that even though this is the finale, man, I'm telling you, this whole season was great. And I know we're going to talk about this at the end, but shout out Pat Gushing, Moto Viper, Bullwinkle, and I got to give props to Curtis Schultz, and I got to give props to Profit Director for hanging out with me in the after or on Kurt's channel, explaining to me certain things. They filled me in a lot on a lot of back shit, so I couldn't leave them out. But shout out Ralph Benarski and TKD Bar, and I'm gonna hit this real quick, but I'll put it on mute. And back to you, Pat.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Having some conversations, kicking ass, taking names. Shit. So we're not really going to kind of give our thoughts away. We're going to go through the episode from front to back and then kind of really hit on how we feel at the end. This will not be our last Mandalorian show. We will be back Saturday night or Monday night with a new show, and it really sucks. Unfortunately, Gushing won't be able to make that one, but we're going to go ahead and put somebody else in this chair. So drink one out to Gushing tonight. All right, what's up, Moto Viper? How's your day?
Oh, my day has been chill. Happy 420, everybody. I hope everybody's enjoying it as much as I am. Yeah, this show was epic. The season was great for me. And once again, I'm ready to start discussing it. What's up with you guys? How you doing, Bull?
Doing good, man. Just been chilling today. I watched the episode again today. I think that was my third time watching it. So, yeah, man, just ready to talk about this, ready to see what you guys think and maybe what the chat's thinking out here. And I don't know, we'll go from there. What about you, Gush?
It was pretty relaxed for me today. I got some woodworking done. I was watching my boys. One of them's sick. And then aside from that, I watched it for a third time. I like this episode.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot. And it was enjoyable. It was very satisfying.
Yeah.
In comparison to some, this one kind of tied the unsatisfying ones in and kind of made them a little bit more satisfying. And this one just completed it for me. So Favreau was very, very honest. He said that we would all enjoy this episode.
Yep.
And he was right.
Real quick, I just, it felt like old school Star Wars to me. The whole feeling to me just felt it's like I was watching Star Wars in the 80s again. It was perfect.
Yeah,
I enjoyed this one a lot.
So how was your day, M3? Because we are streaming once again on my channel, obviously through live stream, and Marcos's channel of M3 Reviews. So how was your day, Marcos?
That was pretty good. Matter of fact, I was at work and it was going pretty fucking mellow. And Pat gave me a call and hung up on me. And then I called him back and we talked for about an hour. It's so slow at my work. Shout out my work. I love it. I love my work. I still got stuff to do in the office and that kind of stuff and make sure shit's going on. But when there's nothing coming in, I'm just walking the yard like security guard and shit and just talking to Pat. Today, Triple R called me. Shout out Triple R. Talked to him for a little bit and then I had to go and everything was good. Everything was really good today, and I'm glad it was 420 because I was going to come home, get on this show, do this, and fucking smoke some bud with y'all.
All right, let's start this thing off. So, season 3, episode 8 is titled "The Return," and we ended the previous episode with Paz Vizsla dying at the hands of the 3 Praetorian guards, which I thought really sucked.
Yeah.
And he seems that he is dead. I think that's pretty much a done deal. From there, we catch up with Bo-Katan leading the retreat and Axe Wolves returning to their light cruiser for reinforcements. During the retreat, Din Djarin is on his way to be debriefed as per Moff Gideon. So, kind of that first early part, Marcos, you have what points at the beginning?
Same thing. Okay, so I didn't write down anything from the last episode, but just to jump in on the bandwagon, I was very disappointed that Favreau got taken out because I just wanted Favreau to just continue inside this all the way with me, because I like that motherfucker a lot. Like, he's great. So that was sad, but getting out of that was, exactly what you said, and Din Djarin is up right in front of Moff Gideon with the two guards holding him down and shit. Oh wait.
No, he is being taken to be debriefed, and
yes.
Right.
The two guards are not guards, but the two troopers are pulling him down the hallway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what
Mando troopers. I call them.
They're called what?
I call them the Mando troopers.
Yeah, they're called the White Trooper for whatever reason. I googled it. I was like, "What are these things called?" And they're pretty badass troopers.
Yeah.
You know?
Go ahead.
Aren't they the progression of the stormtrooper between the originals and the sequels? You know how they kind of change the sequels in 7, 8, 9?
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the evolution of them from what we know as stormtroopers in the old movies to what we're going to see in the prequels. That's where I kind of figured it. Like it's the stormtrooper that's going to be, or that is. That's just what they look like right now. That's the kind of impression I got. And what's up to Mark Cosplay? Mark Cosplay just showed up. What's up?
What's up, Mark?
I thought those troopers were more like Mandalorians than anything, with trooper type looks about them. And so I Googled it, and it said that they fight with Moff Gideon and they kind of flank him everywhere he goes. They're like his troop, his personal troop. So I don't know how deep they go into the Empire. I don't know if they're out that far or they're just for Moff Gideon. Because it's almost like he designed those to kind of flank him to go into battle, is what I was reading on.
Right. And just to let everybody know in chat, if you kind of talk about some stuff at the end, I won't get your comments up toward the end because we're going to go through one by one. But yeah, so that's when Grogu comes in, and let's see, that's during Din Djarin's transport. He is aided and rescued by Grogu. So what do you guys think about that part, Moto?
I loved that part.
Oh, go ahead, Gush. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
You're fine.
I loved it. That felt like the old spaghetti western Mandalorian that we just adored when we first started. Only it was a mixture of that plus, like Bull said, it was very, very Star Wars-esque.
Yes.
And I love that part because you know what? You could still see how like adolescent he is, but you can see him blossoming and kind of like, hey, that's my dad. Go fuck yourself. I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah. Go ahead, Moto.
Oh, I agree with that. I agree with that completely, Gushing. Yeah.
It was very satisfying, right?
No.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I got nothing off of that. Let's get on to the next.
When he walked up and he grabbed him and he was like, "No," I thought that was just.
Come on, Bull. You can do better. You can do better than that, Bull. You can do better than that.
No. But he didn't do it twice or 3 times. That's when you kind of catch the groove with the yes. You know, that's when he just did it once. No, you know. Yeah. But it was cool, man. And like Gushing was said, it was like that spaghetti western type deal. You know, like the old school Mando with him flipping and fighting and grabbing the knives and getting that. And it was just perfect, that fight scene, man. So
what's up? Give it up for Rob78. What's up, Rob?
What's up, Rob? What's up, Ralph?
Can I just say one thing real quick? Where the fuck was this Mandalorian? Where was this Mando in prior episodes? He was badass.
He was badass.
Fucking badass, right? Like he looked in form. Whereas in a lot of other ones, I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
Is your vagina wet? Because you are not performing at all. Sorry. I had to get that out.
Hey, what's up to DFS who just joined the chat, and
What's
shout
up,
out
DFS?
to Ralph Bednarski.
DFS.
You got anything else you want to say about that, Marcos, before you hit your next bullet point?
No. And I didn't have a bullet point. I just wanted to totally agree because I wrote that down. Gushing, it was fucking. He did well.
Right?
He kicks.
I mean,
no, that's it. I had Grogu, helps Din Djarin, and then with IG-12, and I'm loving IG-12, dude. Me and Cobra Clan were talking about it today, and he's like, "All right," and he instantly went over to eBay, got a fucking Hot Toys one, and showed me the picture that he fucking got it. I was like, "Yes, that's cool." But I love that fucking Grogu in IG-12. I love it. That's all I got for that. That was my.
I want one. I want the IG. I want an IG-12 where he can fit fucking Grogu in there, dude.
Yes,
It's gotta have electronics. It's gotta have electronics. Yes.
Like move the arms.
It's just the minimum has to have yes, no.
Yeah, I know. It has to. It has to.
Yes. Toy of the year right there.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.
Oh hell, here we go.
That's right. That's right. We're a little slow on 420 today, but we'll make it out.
I'm not slow.
This is the way.
I'm slow because of 420. Oh shit.
Yeah.
This is the way.
Oh, yeah.
So next thing we see is Grogu uses a healing mist that IG used in episode 8 of the first season.
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Good.
Mando's
Good.
like, no.
He's like,
Actually,
Mando,
welcome.
I'm okay.
Yeah, you said I'm okay. Yeah. Oh, that's what I have written down. Is what is that mist? I know it was in season 1, episode one of the last episodes.
It's a healing mist.
A healing mist. Do we know what's in it? 420 maybe, little 420 in there.
It's probably like one of those smelling salts, like type of deal. You know, when someone gets knocked out, you do the smelling salt and they come to. It's probably the same.
It was the same stuff. And you remember in the very last episode of 2?
It was season 1. Season 2, sorry. Last episode, season 2.
Oh.
Season 2, yeah.
Yep.
Where he had his face reveal, right? And he was very upset about that. And IG was like, I'm not alive, so I
was wondering if he did it. I was wondering if he hit him with it because he that one trooper freaking tried to torch him with his flamethrower. Remember, he took that for a little bit. So I'm like, maybe he had some burns or some shit from that deal. But Mark Cosplay says it's the fluid in the back that tanks is what it is. That healing mist and liquid.
Right, and obviously it's something powerful because remember, Mando had a massive head injury, and when he had that mist, it healed him up, and he was able. And he told him it'll take a little bit, but you'll be able to walk and motor function. Will be fine.
Hey, Gushy, let me interrupt real quick. I got to interrupt for Larkin's Lair. What up,
Larkin's Lair? What's up?
Sorry, Gushing.
I tried to beat Marcos, but he fucking got me. Yeah, shout out Larkin's Lair. He said he can't stay because he hasn't watched it, so he doesn't want any spoilers. So.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that I said so.
Right. So that's what I was talking about earlier, Moto Viper. Like, I'm going to go back before we do this next show coming up because we're going to do a show where we'll hit you with it later. I'm not going to give it up, but before we go back and do that show, Moto, I'm going to watch the whole season, like really quick, and see what kind of retrospective stuff I can pull out of it. You know what I mean? Because anytime you watch something second, third time, you're going to get different viewpoint of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
I can see that. Like, I want to know what's. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. It's called Bacta. You know, the healing mist.
Mm-hmm.
And from what it says, it's a substance that works as an extreme antibiotic and healing remedy. Then, when atomized, it immediately permeates your bloodstream and creates a healing effect.
Nice definition right there.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Moto.
No, I was. The only thing I was disappointed in the season was that whole Dr. Pershing arc. I mean, what the hell was that all about when it was said and done?
Don't doubt Mr. Favreau. Don't doubt him and Filoni. I think we're going to talk about that Moto Viper as to why that's in there on the next show and that kind of stuff. So we're going to hit that stuff up.
Cool.
Yep. But we're going to move on. If everybody's clear,
You.
Yeah. So that's when Mando tells Grogu if they don't stop Moff Gideon, they will never stop running. I thought that was pretty dope. Like, ride or die. We're going to do this or we're not going to do this, but we're not going to continue to do it all the fucking time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, no problem. So, let's see. During which time Mando reaches out to R5. Okay, has anybody seen R5 after like the second episode when Mando went back to Mandalore to explore it? Because I was like, wait a minute, has R5 been on Mandalore the whole time?
No, he was with him in his ship.
Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, she restored the droid pod on his ship. She restored it so that it wouldn't just be like a seat for
Grogu.
Grogu.
Oh.
So R5's been going around with him.
He's R2D2 to Luke Skywalker. That's what it was to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I say it felt so OG. Like those couple scenes alone, where they're sneaking around and the R5 units like in the computer system downloading the information for him. It felt so
swirling with the same tool R2D2.
Dude, it was I mean, that was like, oh man, I feel like I'm a kid.
That was badass. I liked it a lot.
Watching the Empire, Return of the Jedi, and Star Wars, and it just felt great, man. That's why I said OG Star Wars right then and there is when it first started. Boom, big time. I loved it. And then when he was, I don't know how far you want to go into it, but when they started, opening up the different rooms, that was just completely badass, dude.
Yeah, yeah, because Din Djarin contacts R5 so he can get the specs for Moff Gideon's base so we can locate him.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's when we see that's when we start to see there's some references. It's funny that you bring that up, Bull. That's where there's some references to R2D2 in here. The jetpack we see R5 use to fly. Yep. We first saw R2D2 do it at the beginning of Revenge of the Sith.
That's correct. And that was the only time. I didn't know R2 could do that until then. And it made me feel that again. I was like, oh, R2 did that before. And that in the movie when it was young Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
So.
I love how they throw it in there and he's like, R5's trying to communicate with him. And he's like, I don't speak binary.
Yeah.
You're just like, I like it.
I thought they were kind of communicating at first when he first was given R5. He was given R5 from that one chick. I never remember her name. Wait a minute. I think I might have her name written down. The chick that likes
spaceport repair agent.
Yeah, the lady. She needs her own show. I'd love it.
I liked her character a lot.
Yeah.
And man, let me see if I got it down here on my special significance, words, planets, and names. I think I got her down here. Fuck. Damn it. I did not have her name. She's the one that likes to love on some freaking not Wookiees. Jawas. Thank you, dude. Thank you. I can't remember her name. I
don't know. I can't remember either. I don't want to butcher it, but it's like Pulai.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pulai Motto.
Hey, pull up Ralph's comment.
Let's see.
What's it say, bro?
No, where it says R5 helped Grogu get back to Bo-Katan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That should jar that memory about him doing that.
Yeah. that was I was watching. I'm like, I don't remember, but that's why I need to go back and watch it all again. I watch everything that I enjoy. I watch multiple times. That first run through, it all kind of doesn't absorb in sometimes. So, right here, Ralph's got us. Pelimato, and I think it's pronounced a little different. Pelimato. Yep, that's her.
Mm-hmm.
Dope. Ralph Bednarski, the man who single-handedly ruined 3 Live Trivia Night.
That's funny.
Oh, man. Forever known. This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.
So while all that's happening, Axe Wolves reaches the light cruiser and dispatches the Mandalorian troops down to the surface to join the forces battling the Empire and Moff Gideon. I will say this. The scenes where they released the TIE fighters and the TIE bombers, great aerial scenes.
Yes.
Anybody has watched the Obi-Wan series, they dropped the ball on the effects on that show. The budget much lower, but for this series, the budget's on parks, everything. Dude, name me a Star Wars movie that visually looks better. This looks just as good as the Star Wars movies. What do you think? We'll start with Moto. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely agree. This is beautifully done. Beautifully done. The graphics, the space battles, the behind the scenes, the backgrounds, the props. Yeah, you're right. There's definitely a lot of money in this.
Yeah.
When the dude went out the little hole in the Mandalore and he was Axe Wolves, I think is his name, and he was flying through the atmosphere and the liquid and the water was hitting him, man, it was perfect, man. Like it really felt like someone was traveling through the atmosphere at the damn rocket, on their back. So
yeah.
And when he got up there, for those who doubted him, he did his damn thing. Like he run shit when he got up there. He was like, we don't have time to think. This is what we're going to do. Do this, do this, do this. I'm doing this. Go now. And it was pretty badass, man. Like he was in total control when he got there. No questions asked.
Right. Go continue, Gushing. Continue.
I loved the fact. I was just going to comment about that. I love the fact that they show the Mandalorians penetrating the atmosphere. I mean, if you think about that in terms of reality, that's a very difficult thing to do because of heat and everything else and pressure, plus a thin oxygen level and everything else. So I loved it. I loved that they showed that they can accomplish that. They can do that. So it gives you a little bit more dynamic as to like how badass Mandalorians are. And when he took over that ship and sent everybody out, my adrenaline was pumping on that. I loved it.
Yeah.
That was really exciting.
I felt like he was giving me orders, like I needed to put on my damn jetpack and take off. All right, man, I got it.
Fucking jetpack.
Where you at, Pat?
So you're next up. You haven't missed a thing. I'll key you in. So we're just talking about. Oh, you did miss R2D2. You missed
R5D4
and R2D2 reference. So I'm gonna cut you up.
Okay.
R5 used. Hold on a second. The jetpack we see R5 used to fly. We first saw R2D2 do it at the beginning of Revenge of the Sith. So remember that. So that was a reference. There's a lot of similarities when we saw R5 fly, and then when we saw him link up into the computer control panel, like what R2D2 has done a lot.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, we were talking about that, and then we're talking about how Axe Wolf reaches the light cruiser and dispatches the Mandalorian troops down to the surface to join the forces battling the Empire and Moff Gideon. So what we're talking about, and it's actually to you now, the visuals and the budget for the Mandalorian is phenomenal. Whereas for Obi-Wan Kenobi, man, they just didn't have the visuals weren't as good, the budget wasn't as high. And it was very unfortunate, but that's what we're talking about. These fight scenes and these flying scenes with the TIE fighters, the TIE bombers, and the Mandalorians flying in and out of the atmosphere. we were talking about how good and visual all that fucking looks. So yeah, go ahead.
Yes. Okay. So I actually have all that written down, man.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
When the fucking jetpacks coming, and there's like 25 of them and shit. I tried to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got about, I think 16, but then more joined. And then fucking they just fucking clashed with the fucking Empire right there in their own that fucking whole pit. That background scenery is perfect. Up in the sky. I don't know. It was like a cave and shit, right? And then that whole. That's why I like this so much. I don't understand why a lot of people don't like it. There's 3 people that I've heard say they didn't fucking like it. I don't understand why, because it's just a really good visual. I'm not looking to getting deep and shit. Like, oh, this. It's just like, damn, that was a good fucking flick right there.
Yeah.
The hangers of the fucking. What's up, Dark Noon? The the TIE fighters just all.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I loved it, and they were very mechanical and on point with how that would actually look.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They did a fucking great job on that.
And they started nailing the ship up above, right?
Yeah.
Okay, bro. Now
I'm telling you, my heart was pounding. I love that shit.
I hear you now. Yeah. And what's his name? Fucking Axe Woves was like, fuck it. Thanks, Favreau. This shot's great. All the way down, fucking kamikaze, busts his fucking thing out the window and fucking
jets out. Yeah.
We got to give a shout out to Darkening because I think this is the first Mandalorian show that he's made. I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but he says they need to kick the corporate suits out of the creative process and let the true fans /need. So we got a show just for you, Darkening. Well, we're going to talk about all that on the next one. We're going to go in on a lot of stuff that's come to light with what's going on with that. I want to say a huge shout out to Favreau for being very transparent. He has had no problems with filling the fans and other things going on with the show. And I'm going to save all that for our next show, but huge shout out to him.
Cool.
Yes.
Can I add one more thing? They let everybody with a jetpack in every episode. Well, this one, the best one, has a sexy way of fucking leaving. It's not just all. They like you guys said with the TIE fighters and that real world effect of what would it look like. Jetpack. Right. Just that. And when they peel out, they're all like kind of like Matrix, like fucking Neo style. They kind of have a curve to them and shit. You can see some of that sometimes.
Yeah.
I love it. Great. What's up, old school?
Yeah, shout out old school, man. Thanks for popping in. Another thing I want to talk about, we're talking about TIE fighters and TIE bombers. I'm going to get this. So does anybody know the correlation between TIE fighters and Airwolf? Have you ever watched Airwolf and heard the noise that it makes as it flies through the air? It sounds like the TIE fighters sound. TIE fighters have that fucking badass sound when they're flying through the air, and Airwolf has a very similar sound.
Yeah.
Motor Viper, do you have that on your boop, 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 boop?
Yeah, come on, man. You're slacking on that.
Oh, man.
No?
You're right, huh?
Oh, man.
I'd have to pull it up, guys.
It's all right. He's enjoying, guys. I'm gonna get my board. I'm gonna get my board going, Moto, and we'll have some good fun. Just give me some time with it. Me and the IDW guys are gonna hang out Sunday, and I'm gonna take it over there with my computer, and I'm gonna get it linked up pretty good because Briag and Ramrod they work IT. That's their job. They're fucking computer. They're very smart with computers. I have a problem with my computer. Well, Briag, he remotes into my shit. He checks it out. So, yeah. So,
shout out Briag and Ramrod. What's up, fellas? Hey, Briag's like, I got Pax computer. I'm just going to download this file.
I will be taking him his 3 travel biscuits this weekend. Yes.
Oh, boy.
Patty pack?
No, do not eat those.
I'll let him know.
I'm telling you,
I'll give him the proper data. Okay, this is what happened to me. So happened to Marcos. This happened to a couple other guys. Here to go. Use it your own risk.
Third one is what did me in.
Oh my god! Hold on.
It felt like when I logged off that day, it felt like 2 hours to get to my kitchen, but it was like 5 minutes. My wife is like, "What's wrong with you?" I was like,
I told Marco.
I didn't even really talk to her. She was like, "What's?" She goes, "Never mind." She goes, "Never mind."
Every time I take a half of one or more, I jump back and forth between the past and the future. So it's like it takes me forever to do anything to, and I'm like, wait a minute, I already did this.
I was pouring a bowl of cereal for 20 minutes. I'm not fucking joking. I'm not joking. He was like, and then I started eating it with the spoon I set out, and she's like, "Are you gonna put milk in there?" And I was like, "Oh yeah." And I was eating Cocoa Puffs.
I had a similar experience. I put something in the oven, some chicken fingers or whatever it was, and I put them in the oven. I sit at the table, and I had my fork, and I just sit there. It was like supposed to be 22 minutes or 25 minutes.
You went back like a minute later.
I'm sitting there forever, and my wife comes home like, "Oh, I don't want her to know I'm all fucked up. I got to be cool. I got to be tough, right?" Yeah. And I go over and I'm like, "Fuck! I didn't turn the fucking oven on. It was sitting there for like 40 minutes, not even fucking on, dude."
That was the best.
Oh,
the third one, that sent me over the top, but it didn't hit me at first. I was normal, and all of a sudden, I was just like,
"Yes, we digress."
I ate a half of one, and I was contemplating maybe calling 911 because I was having so much anxiety. And then I had to calm myself down and go, "Look, dude, you'll be good. Give it about an hour. You'll be good. Give it about 30 minutes. You'll be good." Not that I
didn't go to bed until 4:30 in the morning.
Not that I would call 911, but everybody's had that feeling. You're like, "Fuck, I did a little bit too much, and I'm getting that really weird anxiety feeling." You know what I'm talking about?
I played video games till 4:30 in the morning, and then I was able to fall asleep till 7 o'clock, and then I had to get back up.
I woke my wife up at like 3 o'clock and just talked to her. And she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I just need you to talk to me. Just kind of talk to me right now." And the next day I told her, she's like, "That's why you woke me up to talk to me." I was like, "Yep."
We digress. I'm going to go ahead and get caught up on chat.
Not that I do that.
I'm behind. Ralph Bednarski, because we're talking about the jetpacks. He says, we always ignore the fact that the jetpacks would actually burn their butts at the back of their legs. The whole time we're watching this, I'm thinking of actual real life. So every time they're jumping, every time they're like kind of fast walking or running out the back or the bottom of aircraft, a spaceship, I'm like, what if your shit doesn't fire off? Woo, dead. I'm like, man, how much faith do you have in your fucking equipment not to misfire?
Right? Yeah. Well, they must. I mean, they use it. They use that shit pretty regularly.
Yes.
And
they have enough faith in saying that someone's going to like help them if their jetpack doesn't work, you know?
And let's think about it. Mandalorian armor. I mean, it's got to be
heavy.
It's got to be like temperature regulated in some way. Like it's got to be able to repel heat and moisture and all types of shit because they are always in it. I don't know.
Yeah. Darkening says she's got to go. And we're going to have our at least once a time during the show, Kathleen Kennedy, she got to go. She got to go already.
You know what I can add to that conversation is I will do a freshman year high school book report, biography on Kathleen Kennedy. And I will, from the time she was born, where she was born at, and I'll list all the stuff and her greats and what made her get into Star Wars and where people are thinking of her, what the percentages and all that. So I can go back to 3425, and if you guys remind me, I will do that. We have a week.
To do what exactly?
Do a biography on Kathleen Kennedy so we can get to know her.
I have some source material that we're gonna go over too, and when I read this shit to you all, it just blew my mind. Like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, man. I was just like, wonder you have so much heat with the fans. It's because of what comes out of your mouth.
Yeah.
So she brings on herself.
Yeah.
100%. Favreau, Filoni, thank you. Yeah, we're going to go over a lot of that, guys. I think the show's going to be either Saturday night or Monday night, probably Monday night. We're going to have a finale up. We're going to have a guest on the show. So we're definitely going to go into that. It's going to be fun, but it's also going to be informative because we need to have our voices heard when it comes to Star Wars, and they need to know what we're thinking. So that's how I feel.
Hey, can I give some beef in the chat right here? What up, Astray Blue One? Hey, Astray, I heard you hate this motherfucker. It gives you no insight to be interested. It gives you no insight into be interested in the future of coming of the Mandalorian. And I just say you're wrong.
What's up, Astray Blue One? It'd be interesting for me to talk to Astray Blue and find out what kind of Star Wars he does like, what he was disappointed about in this. Because as much as I may like it, in my opinion, there's been some episodes here that I voiced I did not like, bro. I did not like at all.
Hey, but Astray, we're only at Moff Gideon and Din still, or no, we're at the battle scene. The battle.
Yeah,
that's where we're at right now.
Yeah, anybody jump into the end, we are basically in the middle of the episode. We have digressed. We have talked about travel cookies, getting high, and Kathleen Kennedy, and we're getting caught up with the chat, but we're getting ready to soldier on. So, man, I do not like her. And what I heard today, bro, I was like, ugh. What's up, Prophet Director? Prophet Director's in the chat. What's this?
Hey, Prophet, what's going on?
I'm going to get to something about the armorer in a little bit when we get there. So,
not this guy.
Prophet, good job. Way to rub it in. I love it. That's cool.
I got some information. So I'm not the person who rubs it in your face. So thanks for rubbing it in our face, Prophet Director, putting beef in my chat. But anyway, I got some information I want to say on that, and we're going to go over that. But
she looked like a badass in that fight scene. She was the beast in there, dude. No guns, no nothing, no dark saber. She was just hammering shit out of people with hammers.
I was going to tell
forging equipment.
I was going to tell Gushing, because Gushing, you had said, "Oh, I was wrong about the armor." I got a little something I want to go to. It is not definitively been rolled out. Not yet. It hasn't been. So I'm going to hold on to my guns.
Yeah.
And I'll read the information later about it.
You never know. We're wrong at the moment, though.
They haven't revealed. They have not revealed shit yet.
I'll just say that
like
I'm
Rob
actually
says,
happy if she was a good guy.
I'm gonna get there. He's got to give us time. I got it all ready to go. But Ralph says, actually, no, we are not. They just didn't reveal it in this filler episode. Prophet. So Prophet, you get some beef back. So the Mandalorian troops. This is cool as fuck too. The Mandalorian troops hide within the cover of the clouds, just missing the barrage of the oncoming TIE fighters and bombers.
Yeah.
That was fucking cool. Like when they're in the clouds and you saw like that.
Yeah.
Man. So I got a question for you. We'll start with Moto. Do you think they timed that perfectly, or do you think they got lucky as fuck? What do you think, Moto?
I think they got lucky as fuck because of that storm. They didn't see each other as they were passing through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Bull.
I'm not really sure, mate. Maybe they got lucky. I'm thinking they got lucky.
The writers have a soft heart for Mandalore, okay? Because I would have beheaded Bo-Katan and fucking Din Djarin when I had the fucking chance. And when I had Grogu, I would have fucking boiled him in soup and ate him.
You would have not. You're talking mad shit, bro. Go ahead, Gushy. You can answer the question. This motherfucker over here talking mad shit.
You got to say the question again because
that one right there
into what he was saying.
Do you think that they were lucky, or they strategically timed that to miss to in the clouds? But I thought it was kind of strange because I think
the TIE fighters in the reinforcements.
Yeah.
I just think that it was situational luck. To be honest, I don't think they timed shit. because Wolves tried to get up there as quickly as possible and
they
get them
got down
down and as quickly as possible. He wasn't fucking around.
Yeah.
So when he got up there, he was like, go, go, go. Don't ask questions. Just fucking go. And I'll take over the ship and draw fire so that you guys can do your fucking thing. So
Right.
I just think it was situational luck at that point.
So you, Marcos, luck or strategic?
Luck.
I also think luck. The writers, they got lucky as fuck. That's
yeah, that storm's heavy, bro. Remember when Axe Wolves was flying through it and he lost the location at a certain point? Like,
that's right.
It's radar deficient. There's no way of fucking picking anything up under or above. Yeah.
That's a very heavy atmosphere.
Atmosphere.
Let me read this before we go on. A Stray Blue One, because I was asking him kind of, what is his preference when it comes to Star Wars? But he says, I got to watch it again and list out my issues because not everything was bad, but there was definitely some stinky loads. I will completely agree. There was some
massive stinky loads.
There was some stinky loads.
Like what?
What is this stinky load?
Lizzo, Jack Black, fucking Doc Brown. Come the fuck on.
No. We're talking about this episode.
I asked him about what he didn't like. He's talking about the whole season.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Oh, okay. So forgive me, Astray. You watched every single episode, season 1, season 2, and season 3. And now that the end finale for season 3, you were expecting to see some Thrawn or something. They paused you and they said, "Oh, maybe next time." And you're like, "Man, fuck this." Is that right?
No, I think he's just saying he needs to go back and watch again because there's good and there's some bad.
Okay.
And that's fair. That's a fair assessment.
That was pretty good. Gushing.
Thank you.
So R5 has reached the control panel as Mando tells him to deactivate the barrier shields one at a time at his request. We also see these barrier shields in the Phantom Menace.
You damn straight.
On Naboo when Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan are battling Darth Maul when Darth Maul murders Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yep.
So I like the fact that we're getting some movie references. We've had a fucking shitload of cartoon references. And it's nice to have some canon on the movies as well. So
that's probably my second favorite part of the episode is when he's talking to R5 and he's fighting those new white troopers 2 by 2 and having R5 open it. I love that scene. It's probably my second favorite scene.
Absolutely. I was just going to say a long time ago about that, but I loved that. And I mean, he looked fucking in form, right?
Yeah.
Every time he was prepared and he was like, go, do it. He was on point, man. I fucking loved it.
Yeah.
He was dialed in. He had laser focus. He was dialed in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. Just like that.
As Mando is advancing through the troopers, R5 is spotted by the mouse droids, which is fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
it was. That was great.
Mouse droids gonna do it. They should be
alerting. They were like, bing, 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 bing. They were
funny. What's funny is he went and got back up. He was like, "All right, I'll show you. I'm gonna go get back up."
Like, "Come back, motherfucker."
When R5 came up the first time, he just looked around the corner, he goes, whoop, backs up, and that one's off. It reminded me of SpongeBob, dude. Deep, 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 going to fucking work and shit, and somebody, I love that. It brought me right.
And to what Prophet says, Prophet, we've had a lot of good things to say about this show, so I don't know who your comments are regarding to.
He's talking about chat.
We've called it down the middle. I love it. I love this season like I did the rest, but there's some bullshit in it. And we will discuss why there is some of this in there on our next show with information we've recently got. So I don't know of anybody on this panel who has hated the show. We've all called it down the middle and overall love the fucking show. So
yes.
Yep.
Good call. Good
yes.
call. Here.
Yes.
Here. Chili.
Yes.
something.
Yes.
So go ahead, Marcos, on your bullet points during that whole where he's advancing with the force barriers, not the force barriers, but the fucking.
I know the red zone and shit,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay,
Go ahead.
there's 8 of those motherfuckers. Two.
Yeah.
What a good security system. That's nice. Oh, what a shitty security system is one motherfucker can take out that whole fucking thing with one droid. There should be a back safe to know that droid had illegal access when he first put his fucking thing in there. Right? Okay, boom. I could take it apart, but I'm not going to because I loved it. But that's just off my head right now because I'm fucking high. Motherfucking shit. Damn. Anyway, I'm gonna
hold on.
He kicks some ass.
Hold on a second, Prophet. We're not calling this show filler. We're talking about other parts of the show. I don't know if you're talking to somebody in chat or not, but we are not calling this episode filler.
No, he knows.
He's talking to people in chat.
Yeah, chat.
There's certain people in chat that said that, which is fine. Yeah. That's everybody has their opinion, and we all have to respect that. I didn't think it was filler, but I've heard other people say that.
What's up, Sergio?
What's up, Sergio? Go ahead, Marcos. I did interrupt you. I do apologize, but yeah.
Yes, Ralph did say it was filler, but I think everybody's got their own opinion.
Right.
Ralph did. Yes.
Everybody's got an opinion, and to say their opinion is wrong, or we can disagree with it, right, and still move on.
Correct.
I'm sorry, Marcos. I did interrupt you. Sorry about that.
I'll cut it super short. Din Djarin, whoever choreographed that whole fucking thing, they did well. Did they get a stunt double?
Of course.
Din Djarin. Now, okay, did they get a different stunt double that's been in his stunts because that seemed to be well done, or did they get a different choreographer? It was too smooth. It was too fucking smooth, dude.
I think I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
In Game of Thrones, he played the one prince. I forget from what isle he was from, but he was a badass and he was very agile and nimble. And his character, he did some crazy, awesome choreography. Not to say it isn't someone else, but it was I loved that entire sequence.
Yeah,
I'm not going to take anything away from the actor that plays Din Djarin, but those scenes specific, due to him wearing a helmet and be full, I believe that was someone that was efficient in that type of art that was doing that. I don't think it was someone that was teaching someone to do it. I think that was someone that's the teacher that was doing that. It was too good,
It could be, for sure. Whoever it was did an awesome job.
I want to make sure also that I get Moto Viper's opinion. Make sure you get in there, Moto. You got good shit to say. We want to hear it.
I like the progression that he started off with no weapons,
Oh,
yeah.
So the started off.
And then he took the dude's knife. And his blaster.
Yeah.
It was like a video game.
Yeah. And then R5, open shield. Yeah.
All right. Darkness.
The next level of the two. It was cool. Yeah. I dug that part of it.
Mando is still the bright spot in Disney Star Wars. And the Prophet director says Pedro was mostly voice acting this season.
I can see that. And then they have some badass in the armor and shit. And like doing like the stunts and everything else. I mean, that's pretty, but still.
Yeah.
I love that.
It still looked amazing. I don't care who was doing it. It was perfect.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. Sergio asks if there's anybody of us that watch WWE. I'm just going to address this real quick. Yeah, if you go to my channel, I got some wrestling content. I more watch AEW than I do WWE. This doesn't really entertain me that much anymore, but we'll move on. If everybody's done the panel, we'll continue on with Marcos.
If we're still in that scene where he just kicks ass, I enjoyed that. And same thing with Bull. I didn't have a bullet point, and I was just agreeing with everybody. I've got the same shit written down that you guys are speaking of. It's fucking badass. Like that. That's my.
Right. All right. So is Mando and Grogu go? Sorry, somebody want to go?
No. I was just commenting real quick on what Prophet's saying. I that's one point that I did like where he tried to grab his shit before the dude fell off.
Yes.
Yeah.
He tried to grab the gun. He was like, oh.
Yeah.
He was trying to grab the blaster, but he missed it.
Yes.
He still recovered excellent, but I loved it.
But I can see him going, damn, I really need that blaster. Damn it.
That blaster
1
Yeah,
second
yeah.
closer.
Awesome right
1
now.
second. You know?
Did you guys happen to see when R5 was getting bombarded by the mouse droids that when he took off, 2 of them fell on there? Fell
Yes.
off too?
2 of them
Yes.
fell off. Yep.
Well, they backed up when he started up. Where he
Yeah.
started flying up, they backed up and fell off.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
I'll say somebody said something about Prof Director said something about voice actors. Mark Cosplay continues this with Mando or Din is made from 3 people. One does the John Wayne walking, and the other does the stunts in making of Mando season 1 and 2. You can see them, and
We're all waiting for you.
and
Finish it off, Mark.
I don't know.
And
So-
you're right. You're awesome.
Yeah. Everybody in the chat got some definite knowledge and trivia going on in there. So they are the 6th member for sure. And we appreciate that. So Mando and Grogu advance to what they find out to be a room full of bodies going through the clone process. Then we find out that Moff Gideon has been cloning himself. Marcos, do you have any bullet points on that?
Just that so boom, he enters the fucking Moff Gideon clone room. Poor fucking Grogu, which is probably not too frightening, but it startled him when he fucking saw one of his fucking eyes open up and shit.
Oh, he was frightened.
And then whatever he does computerly, which was within 3 seconds, it caused all the fucking things to explode.
Well, he must have did like a Terminate sequence or some shit.
Why would you fucking have it that fucking available?
Getting
It's
through
like-
those
it's like
8
the big
force
red
fields, I
button.
don't think they expected a lot of people to be able to get there.
Moff Gideon's private room. Ain't
Correct.
nobody getting in here. This thing is fucking isolated. But
It's like cartoons
Randy
from the 2000s, like big red button. Don't touch this.
Right.
Good
That-
one.
there's some,
Hey.
there's some good shit in there, dude. I liked it.
You know, one thing from that scene that I didn't really catch, that the second time I watched it, I was like, that makes sense. When Gideon talks about he created those clones and they had force abilities, right? Like Jedis.
Mhm.
And that all kind of went together from season 1 with Grogu and the reason why they were trying to get his blood, right?
Yep.
Well, it makes perfect sense because the only one that opened their eyes was the one that Grogu got up close to. So he was force sensitive, so he felt the force from another person that had it, and that's what startled Gideon to open his eyes, the clone. Poof.
I
I
was
didn't realize that till I saw it the second time.
I was under the impression that the way Moff Gideon was talking, that the Force hadn't been whatever process they had found he had found to use to that hadn't been done yet. That's what I had thought.
No, they were about to be complete. Like those clones were almost done, and he had
Right.
already had them forced up.
That's why he
what I
was,
got from
remember in their conversation, Moff was like super pissed about that because that was the next stage and level for him, having those force sensitive troops. Like they were gonna be his super fucking stars, right?
Yeah. Well, they were going to be Jedis, basically.
Let's get caught up on chat before we continue on. Sergio, we love you, man. You're good here, man. You asked if we like Triple H. We're not really discussing wrestling here, so some of the wrestling comments may get overlooked as opposed to Star Wars comments. But yeah, I definitely like Triple H back in the day. What he's doing now, I don't really pay attention to. But the Prophet director says this
Right?
is exactly what I thought. Why those mouse droids came back without backup, I'll never know. I was like,
Well, maybe because backup was really fucking busy fighting off all the other Mandalorians.
That's a good point. That's a good
But
point.
I mean, otherwise, absolutely, because he turned on his fucking lights, whoop whoop, and like then when he realized that backup wasn't coming, he left, came back with a bunch of other mouse droids. I thought that was the comic relief of that whole stint. I love that part.
I think it's really cool that everything that was happening like at ground level, they also kept the dogfight between them up in the sky going the whole time. Like you could just look up and watch them fighting and then go back down to what was really supposed to be happening, in that scene. And I thought that was really cool.
All right. So, somebody, I think Marcos was asking Ralph Bednarski a question about Axe Wolves, and Ralph says, M3, it's not that. It's just that Axe sucks, and he is the caliber level of a character off of CW channel.
Oh, yes. Okay, Ralph, I am so sorry. Hey, it don't matter. Yes. Fuck Axe, bro. Actually, when he first fucking lost to Bo-Katan, I never want to see a dude fucking lose like that, I mean, she did well, yeah, but come on, writers, ain't no fucking woman taking a fucking punch, bro. But they are aliens. They're from Mandalore, so maybe they're built different than humans, So that's a good point.
Yeah, but he totally redeemed himself when he went up there and took control of that ship and did what he did and got those guys.
Take care, Sergio.
That was redemption right there.
Let everybody know. What's up, Sergio? We'll check you out later, man. Thanks for stopping.
Later, man.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, but Axe Wolves hasn't been a favorite of mine either. My screen just fucking went nuts, dude. What the fuck just happened?
Hey, but so Prophet just says something. So we have gotten to there, but we haven't gotten to.
Well, it's what Mop said. You smothered them before they could take their first breath. And he's talking about his amazing poems.
They destroyed the room and then they left. And then right when they left, they turned a corner and Moff was standing right there. They opened up the door and Moff was standing right there. That's what
that hologram and everything else dissipated. Right. And then see the hidden door.
Yeah. I like it. Go ahead, Pat. Go ahead.
That's good. I'm just going to bring up my next segment. If we're clear, this is something. I have something I need to pop up here when I refer to it. If everybody's clear, I'll read this. If not, I'll wait.
Good.
Okay. Let's see. So then we see the armor. Hold on a second. I'm going to move over here. The armor returns to the planet and brings the reinforcements with her. So it is speculated among Star Wars fans that the armor is Rook Cast. Hold on a second. Rook Cast played an instrumental role on Star Wars The Clone Wars as second in command of Darth Maul, Darth Maul's Shadow Collective. Rook Cast proved incredibly loyal to Darth Maul, frequently rescuing him from capture or death. So she does have a history, and the Darth Maul's Shadow Command, I'm going to bring that up here. Darth Maul's Shadow Command was a large criminal alliance and rival Sith Order, founded during the Clone Wars by the rogue Sith Lord Maul. Partly founded at the behest of Mother Talzin. I might have read that wrong, sorry. Maul aimed to threaten the plans of the Dark Lord of the Sith, Darth Sidious, which is Palpatine, as well to compete with him for galactic power. Amongst its goals, it sought to defeat both the Confederacy of Independent Systems and the Galactic Republic during the war. Maul rallied the forces of Death Watch, Black Sun, and Pike Syndicate, the Hutt clan, and the Knight Brothers to form considerable base of power. So that is your history on the armor. So she does have a past, right, with Darth Maul. So you can see how some people will don't know about her intentions. So that's it right there. So it has not been definitively proven in this show that she is not up to something. You know what I mean?
I could never put my opinion on it. Not yet. I'm too rookie to fucking know. So, but I feel I know what you're saying, and I know what Ralph's or Prophet's saying. Crazy.
If she was Darth Maul's second in command, and she still wears the horns on her helmet, which is a symbol of, a lot of them did that to Darth Maul for like homage, paying respects to or whatever. So,
but that's only if that is that character. We don't know that.
Yeah.
if
You
they
know, we
haven't
don't-
changed her canon, she's that,
Mhm.
right?
Oh, we are for sure that the armor is that person you're speaking of.
That's
100.
the
I don't know
information.
that.
Yep, that's the information.
Hmm.
So, like I said, there are two people on both sides of the camp. It's great to speculate. If somebody's wrong, then we all got fun and speculate. And if somebody's right, we still got fun and speculating. I have no problem being wrong, but
Neither do I.
yep. So
I kind of hope I'm wrong, but at the same time, it's fun either way for me.
Right.
I like the twist.
See, Prophet says the same thing I did. He said, well, we don't know that that's that character.
Also, we also like for the armor, and so we talked about this the last time. If the armor is that shitty of a person, bro, like damn, infiltrate for that long.
what are you talking about? You like the Empire. That's the Empire. That's their goal. That's what they do.
Yeah.
Marcos, you love the Empire. That's them. That's how they operate.
So all I'm saying is if she's not Empire, and you guys are just like
He was saying, "Long live the Empire, Grogu fucking chili."
I
Yeah,
just
but-
feel like the
yeah,
person,
Grogu, pulled, smoke him for like 19 hours, bro.
Wrong.
20.
Blasphemy on this show. Come
Trim-
on now.
trim his
Grogu's
ears
cool.
And put a little wet hickory chips. I got you.
So,
When his eyeballs pop,
Go ahead, Bull.
done.
Go ahead, Bull.
right.
I
We
just
just
feel the person that forges the material that they wear has been trained how to do that for multiple years. Because there's no other Mandalorian doing that. There's no one that's coming up and saying, oh, don't worry about that. You're tired. Let me go ahead and forge that, right? Let me go ahead and make this helmet.
Yeah.
So she had to learn that trade really young. So if she did decide to go against them, what tragic happened to her? Otherwise, she would be extremely loyal because that's all she's ever known, right? They just ain't going to pick some adult to be the forger. That person she was taught that year after, century after century, decade after decade. She was taught that, right? I don't see her being bad for that reason.
Who forged the armor for all the white troopers?
I don't know.
That's a good question. Is that Beskar?
It's a special process. Beskar is not something that you just go, oh, ting, 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 let's heat it up, melt it.
Yeah, they had Beskar because when he was fighting them in the hallway, he had to fucking stab
He
them in
did
the neck
underneath their helmets, yeah.
Yeah, where the armor wasn't at particular.
Correct.
But
So who made that shit?
yeah.
Well,
Moto,
Yeah,
you
you're
gotta
right
get,
about that.
Moto,
Who
you
made
gotta
Moff's?
you gotta get in, Moto. You're in the den of Sith here, bro. You gotta talk and get in when you can, brother.
No, I was actually just thinking about that. I remember Gideon saying that it was a Beskar alloy. So I wonder if that had something to do with the manufacturing of it.
Right.
Go
ahead.
Where exactly did the Beskar chunk come from in season 3, episode 6? Like, how did it get pressed in the wall? In the ship that Moff Gideon got escaped from to go.
It's never told.
It's not.
Yeah, we don't know yet, right?
Ralph, where are you?
It was whoever came to rescue him and obviously break him out. But did they have a Beskar outfit on at the time? I don't know that.
Or some of those white troopers.
Maybe it was the white troopers. Maybe he already had those developed.
White troopers. That's racist.
That's the name of them.
I know. Fuck it, but fuck it. Awesome. But we're gonna move on. But we did kind of get stuck on that. We're talking about the armor a little bit. Let me go on with this. Prophet says he thinks that. Pull it up. I think she's Bo's long lost older sister. So that would be what he thinks. So another theory of what it could be. Yes, another theory.
One.
Right.
He also just said the Empire had. Remember, we were talking about it. They had that base on Mandalore for a very long time. That just didn't happen overnight. You've got those fucking ships, and you've got that fleet, and you've got that, you know, that bay and deployment center, and you have all that shit's been there. That's decade. That's a long time.
Right.
So someone learned how to maybe, you know, make the armor,
because that was the Great Forge, right? That was the big forge for Mandalorian, or for Mandalorians on Mandalore.
DFS says this. Yeah, they shouldn't be able to clone force sensitivity, but then it explained Palpatine's cloning gig.
Yeah.
I feel like this whole cloning of force sensitivity came about because of the whole freaking sequel fucking debacle.
Yeah.
When they fucking went, J.J. Abrams started it, then Ryan Johnson did the middle one, and then J.J. Abrams had to go and fix his fucking debacle. His and Kathleen Kennedy's fuck up, which we will talk about that more on the next show. But I like Moto, that really didn't hear much about that in the movies and any other this cloning stuff. So I feel like it's a product of the fucking sequel fucking debacle to me.
Yeah, I could see that. Trying to fill in some holes.
Fill in the holes. Let's see. Hey, who's making fucking noise?
That was me.
Mute.
Sorry.
Fucking bam, bam.
Nice.
I got a garage. I'm in my garage. I have a refrigerator there. It has beer in it. I went and got my beer.
Marcos. Let's see. What's up to Pop the Trunk? He did show up a little bit ago. What is up to Pop? And good luck to the freaking Golden State Warriors, bro. They're down 0-2, man. They need some good things happen. Me and Pop been talking about some basketball lately, so there's that. I need to take a piss and get a beer, but do you know where we're at, Marcos?
I left at enter Moff Gideon clone and opens eyes, Din Djarin, boom, boom, boom.
We need to be talking about how Moff Gideon was whipping Din Djarin's ass before Bo-Katan came.
Oh, yes. Din Djarin and yes. Din Djarin and Grogu find Moff Gideon. Moff tells them his clones were going to have the
go ahead. I'll be back, guys. Go ahead with that.
Yeah. So, okay. So if there's a lot of technology and a lot of engineering in clones, and then to add just a little bit of DNA, they did like what Jurassic Park did with the dinosaurs, the fucking mosquito in the amber, and they extracted a little bit of DNA. They did that with Grogu. Do you think that their DNA is what brings the Force in, that they are susceptible to the Force and they can move shit real quick? They can learn and adapt and be just a badass and fucking rip people apart and shit. And then how? Because like, is it a DNA thing or is it a spiritual thing? Like they have to go through. No, it's just in their DNA, huh? It's what they are. I don't know.
I think the midichlorians is in the blood count, right?
Is that what they call it?
But I don't know about that. I mean, so you're saying that any Jedi could take a syringe, grab his blood, and give it to a non-Jedi, and it would make him force sensitive?
Only with superior technology Moff Gideon has.
Okay.
He has that technology. And that means he's already. Are these the tests? And he doesn't even know. He's like guessing they're going to work, or is he going to? I don't know. Where does that? How does he know that it works? Did he test it? And if he did, that's some really good shit. He's like, he knew. Now what were there? 12, 6 on this side, 8 on this side, 8 on this side, and fucking 16. Oh yeah, and they fucking were gonna be Moff Gideons with all the Beskar armors, with their dude.
See, there's people in the chat that are saying, hey, that's not how the Force works. And then other people are saying, midichlorian. We know the midichlorians or whatever from episode 1 that they talk about that Anakin had. First time we ever heard about that. So I don't know. I think it's up to interpretation, whatever you want to feel for story writing. I mean, it makes a good story if he could clone. When he took Grogu's DNA and he used that, and he used the Force sensibility from his blood to put it into a clone. I mean, it makes a good storyline, but I mean, is that feasible? I mean, how many
prophets?
Jedi's would there be?
You're right. It's like your yes, Prophet. Yes.
The Force is in everything, right? It's
Yeah.
in everything and everyone, right? But it's only the skilled Jedi or Sith can manipulate it to do their will, right?
That's right. That's right.
And are you going to do it for?
Sorry,
Are you going to do it for your own selfish needs, or are you going to do it for the betterment of others and the betterment of, things in general?
So you're saying Moff Gideon's body DNA is he's okay to accept that he can get those, because that's basically what they were saying. That he was developing a clone that has Force sensibility. So
this also like Moff, yeah. So can Moff have the fucking the skill to manipulate it with how bad he's like kind of like he would crash a 454 fucking big block. First time he stepped on the throttle, he'd be like, whoosh, burp, Can he handle the Force? His brain is not supposed to have it, but yet he's gonna try and fucking put it in his clone where will it work?
See, Prophet just said something too. He said not him, just his clones. Well, what makes his clones different from him that they can accept that?
They're even less real. They're less real. They don't even have a soul and shit. They're just fucking.
Unless it's some kind of chemical thing that he understands how to build them to connect the two.
Yeah, I'll pass.
He didn't go into it. So.
I think Mark Cosplay wants to weigh in on this, and I can't. Man, in episode 2, damn it! I knew that I could think of who they were. They're the tall, white, slender.
Yeah,
they're the ones on Camino.
They create.
Yes, the Camino ones.
In the universe.
Yeah.
The Camino ones who created all the clones for the Clone Wars.
That's where Jango Fett was.
Yeah, could not clone force sensitivity. Even with Force sensitivity, you need to train for years to be Force wielder, unless Yoda and Yaddle are the parents of Grogu. So if you don't know who Yaddle is another species of Yoda and Grogu. We saw her in Clone Wars cartoon.
Yep. And she was a badass too.
But that's what I'm saying. I think this whole cloning of Force
she was also on the
sensitivity
Jedi
is just because they fucked up the new sequels. And they've got to coordinate all this shit because they already fucking put it in canon.
Yeah,
that
you're right.
Fucking Palpatine's been cloned.
Yeah.
So I think it's a product of their fucking bullshit that I'm going to say it again. Kathleen Kennedy and Ryan Johnson. Don't blame us. I'm going to go over that hardcore next episode, man. Man, fuck
Bazoozi.
Fuck that shit. I may put Kathleen Kennedy's name in the title. I want you to see that shit.
So So back to Moff Gideon whipping Din Djarin's ass, and Grogu in IG-12 being drugged into the room by the guards. That's pretty epic.
Good call on Moff. It's like chess. Good call on Moff Gideon. It's like exactly like chess. He's the king. You got the king coming in. You got this the knight on the side of Din Djarin. You got IG fucking 12. Grogu's fucking force power. But then Moff Gideon's turn, he says, nope, here's my 3 fucking knights coming after your fucking knight. And that's like, it's perfect. Goes off in the fucking room. The door's shut. Now fucking Din Djarin has to fight because that's the only reason why he fought the 3 red ones in one is because Grogu's fucking like his second hand, easy wingman and shit. Love it.
Yeah, but did you notice that Grogu really didn't use any force when he was in the room against those guys? He was just trying to get out of their way.
No, until Din Djarin went in there. Right.
Din Djarin went in there is the only time he used it to help him.
Exactly.
Otherwise, he really wasn't using the force to help himself. He was just flipping and getting out of the way.
Yeah, right? But remember he had those things following him too, and he didn't even want to move them off with the force. He
only kind of uses it when like his father figure is in trouble.
Yeah, I don't know about you, Moto Viper, but when the Praetorian Guards went after Grogu, I was like, fuck you, motherfucker.
Yeah,
you kill him. Right? You kill him, and you can have a mob of motherfuckers after you.
I said, I thought and felt the same fucking thing, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Anybody that has children probably felt that. Like, that's the way he felt.
That might be equivalent to them killing Optimus Prime in the 86 movie, bro.
You better stop, Pac. You better stop. I'm gonna cry.
Dude, I'd have been like, no. Go ahead. Gus got his hand up.
And Din Djarin didn't get his ass kicked by Moff. He had a cybernetically enhanced suit.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, you can hear it. Bzz, bzz, bzz.
No,
Yeah.
Moto. Oh, so I'm gonna key in Moto Viper. I'm telling you, Bo, you got to get in tight with these motherfuckers because they talk frequently. Bull, gushing, M3. Not me. I don't ever talk. It's
I
those
never
guys.
say anything.
But Moto, let's talk about that before we go on the suit. How badass was a suit in the helmet? Because Star Wars and Sith and all that cool shit is awesome looking. I thought his suit was badass. What do you think?
Fucking love
I
it.
absolutely loved it. I absolutely loved it. I can't wait for a figure on that one. I want that one for sure. Yeah, it just plays perfectly. Don't you think?
Yeah. Someone in chat said it reminded them of RoboCop, like the whole sound and the movement.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah. Who said
The look didn't, but I hear the
The
bionics.
The sound, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah.
that? Good call. Good call.
I mean, if you look at it, look at Mando in his suit. It looked much sleeker and slimmer, right? Because basically Moff made himself a giant fucking robot.
Yeah.
That's what he did. So
Mhm.
Yeah, see, I got that here in my note. Mando's holding his own until the Praetorian Guards show up. So until the Praetorian Guards show up, I thought he was holding his own against Moff.
I think he was doing just fine.
That's what I thought. Some people thought
I know
was
he
getting
went
his ass
on the
kicked.
attack fast. Like he didn't hold any punches. He ran straight at his ass, which I thought was pretty fucking epic and heroic.
Oh, I can't say, man. I can't say. But he knows Moff Gideon, fucking man. He could take Moff Gideon, dude. He's got this best
He
guard.
took him already.
He's already fought him before, and he knows Moff Gideon is gonna be like
Season 2, bitches. He fucking owned Moff.
Yeah.
He beat
And he had
the
the dark saber and he whipped that ass.
Yeah. Hey, guess what, Moff Gideon? 2 words for you.
Suck it.
Suck it.
Hey, I'm all about some
Sergio, you weren't there to see it. There it was for you.
That's right. Let's see. Let's go ahead and go on. Because we got a good amount of stuff to handle still. Back on the battlefront, you see troopers and Mandalorians fighting in the air as the Mandalorians are descending to the surface. I remember watching this thinking, man, this fucking scene is done very fucking well. Now, I know we were kind of talking about it about 30 minutes ago, the visuals, but man, when they were all fucking meeting, bro, I was like, fucking well done. Good job, man.
The scenes with the armor were amazing, dude. Like you could see the power that she was just having with those forging weapons. Like it was nice, man.
It was fun.
Just before Bo-Katan fucking went and buffed off fucking Moff Gideon real quick and said, "Go save your fucking kid." They were all fighting and shit. It was just before that scene, and then Bo-Katan did the sexy little fucking, and then she dropped, like fell behind the cliff, and then came back just a little bit.
Oh yeah.
And it
Yeah.
shot him. Yeah, that was sweet.
That was a good fucking move. I like that. And
Man, Marcos really likes Bo-Katan.
that would have been great if she did that in a bikini. That'd be sick.
How'd that go? The sexy move?
Yeah, with a backpack on. Fuck yeah, dude.
And her pants fall off and distract everybody.
But then the good thing she went in there. She's got balls, dude. She fucking went in there. She fucking put up a fucking fight, man, and that's great.
She went back. I like that she went back for Din.
Yeah, when she looked down and saw that he was not doing so well, that's when she went down there to help him. And she knocked the shit out of him, too. She pulled an Iron Man move.
Yeah. That's when we moved to the fight between Mando and the Praetorian Guards with Grogu.
That was good.
When he fell down and those debris debris pieces fell on him, were you thinking like I'm like, hey, just use the force and fucking move them bitches off?
I was.
Yes.
But
yes.
that wouldn't have helped. That wouldn't have helped our climatic part of the scene that ended up being.
Correct.
I thought it was cool how Bo-Katan said, "Go rescue your son." Did she say son or kid?
Kid.
Yeah. Go rescue your kid. I thought that was cool.
Okay, so can we all agree that I am so glad they used animatronics with this fucking Yoda, and they made him look great. It's not Jar Jar Binks. Fuck. If they made Grogu, how bad would it be if they made it like not Jar Jar Binks' character, of course, but that 3D animation shit, right?
Shout out, Johnny Ohm.
What's up, Johnny? Oh,
Hey, Johnny.
Jeezy Creasy, what up? Rob
Yeah,
still
Jeezy
here.
Crazy. Go ahead, Marcos. Sorry.
He's got the
Gotta
Johnny
give the
Bravo.
shout-outs.
Hua. Johnny Bravo.
What was I saying? It's cool.
Shout out to you were saying shout out to
I got you. Oh, Grogu. Oh, the animatronics. They did well.
Right.
With it, correct, right? We like that in that scene where he's like flipping and jumping and shit. Like,
Oh, me so happy.
it didn't look too fake. I mean,
No.
have you
see his feet? That's the. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Marcos, have you seen a
What's up,
Yoda
Jeezy?
battle in Revenge of the Sith?
Uh-uh.
Pretty dope, dude. Like, so they can make Grogu do some shit when maybe he gets a little older or whatever. Yoda can fucking bust some moves, dude.
Yoda's amazing.
Yeah, Yoda's a
Yes, he
Jedi
doesn't
fucking
use-
master.
They never
Yeah.
showed that part of him until the prequels, which I love that they did that.
They didn't really
Those-
show him jumping, spinning, and that quick, and I think until 3. I don't think that they showed any of that in Attack of the Clones. I don't think they might have shown him doing some lightsaber,
It
but
might have been 3. Yeah, you're probably right. 3.
it was 3 when he was battling Palpatine in the Senate floor
Yeah.
when they were jumping all around. Remember?
Yeah.
Palpatine was throwing the pedestal pods.
Is that
I mean,
the
that
same?
takes
Is
some
that the same time
serious
when
force power.
Palpatine threw the metal stuff on the guys and he flipped? Okay.
No, the spears. So the senators and all the people would stand on these
Yeah.
spears, right? And
Those
he was
pedestal fears.
force
Yeah.
throwing the spears at Yoda.
I
but-
digress. Let's return.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, this guy. Yeah, he asked if I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it multiple times. Yeah, I
What is
just thought that Yoda had done it prior to 3. I thought he did it in 2 as well, where they showed more of Yoda versus like OG Yoda.
Yes,
Really
He-
didn't see that.
Yeah, he's right though. He did have a really good fight scene when he fought Dooku in Attack of the Clones. I don't think it was on the level of Revenge
That's
of the
where I was
Sith, but it
talking
was.
about.
Palpatine, yeah.
Thanks, Mark.
When he helped Anakin and he helped Qui-Gon Jinn. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm a
that's
fan
what I
of
was talking about.
I'm a fan of prequels, so I love them all. So DFS says they're Attack of the Clones underrated. It's a good flick, man. Good stuff. So Marcos, your next bullet point, because I think I'm at Bo and Moff go toe to toe. That's where we're at right now.
Oh yeah. They go toe to toe, and Moff destroys the fucking Darksaber with one fucking squeeze. And Mark Cosplay was telling me for that suit and whatever technology he has to fucking break the Darksaber, that's like 100. He didn't say 100% best guard, but basically he was made of fucking material that's indestructible. And Moff Gideon with the suit crushed it. So he was tripping on that. So he told me that. But that's all I got for it was that the fight was okay. Boom, boom. But
She had to get her hand broken.
Enter the dragon when they're fighting. Here comes the motherfucking rain coming down and shit, and it's coming. They're still fighting, and it shows it's coming. It's going slow, but fuck, bro, that was dope. And
But it kind of showed Moff Gideon's strength in his hand whenever Din Djarin went to punch him and he did the whole Superman thing and grabbed him and he couldn't move. He showed how strong his hand was then because he just couldn't move it. He just did the Superman thing on him.
Yeah, he had to have shattered her hand. Had to have.
Yeah.
So, but I thought that was a ballsy move to just end the Darksaber, basically lineage, because that Darksaber is synonymous with the lineage of the Vistlas. You know what I mean? So
Paz died though, so maybe it's in a homage to him and shit, or homage to him. You know,
What I think it's taken the two fashions of the Mandalorians, and when it does, it brings them together. because that dark saber is done. It's out. Because one faction you needed to have the dark saber to be that, and the other one you really didn't, right?
And Paz Vila, for no reason, just over a game of chess, got mad at fucking Axe Woves, and he was ready to fucking fight him and kill him because he brought out the knife. So that whole drape of generation is gone now.
I was going to ask that in the last episode, but I forgot to. The knife that Paz Vizsla pulls out on Axe Wolves, it's got like that vibrating fucking frequency to it. I don't remember seeing that fucking knife in this series ever till then. Am I wrong? Did I miss that motherfucker?
I think he pulled that out in like season 1. I've seen maybe when him and Din Djarin were fighting. I think he pulled it out.
Yeah, Din's had that knife too. They both had it. When they had their little their little spit fight.
Hooked on phonics, spat,
spit, spat, paddywhack. He used that.
Yeah, Prophet. He said he used it to fight Din. Yeah, I thought that's when I saw it when him and Din were fighting.
Yeah, but like I was saying earlier, that's why I need to go back. I will completely just rip through the whole fucking season and watch it from front to back in one watch, just to be like, okay, fucking forgot about that. Look at that.
Forget about it.
Yeah, but so I was also thinking, Axe Wolves brings the light cruiser down on them. He was told to retreat, but he wasn't able to hear those commands from Bo-Katan because of the interference of the atmosphere. And the whole time I'm thinking, dude, you bringing this down on everybody. They're down there fighting. Dude, you're going to fucking kill everybody. Like, I'm like, do you think about what the fuck you're doing? You're bringing this whole fucking ship down. You don't know where everybody is at.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm going to kill.
Bo-Katan tells him to use that ship as a decoy.
Yeah.
So he's using that ship to draw fire so the rest of them can get down to Mandalore to help.
Oh, right. He knows that. Yeah. Go ahead, Pat.
But he takes on himself to fucking.
Yes.
He kills everybody. He kills everybody if it weren't for certain actions, and he doesn't. You know what I'm saying? He's ready to destroy everybody at the hands of just wiping out the Imperial.
But he does reach out to her via the comm and he tells her
get everybody out there.
He tells them to get out.
Like I said, I watched this twice, man. Sometimes when I'm going through the notes, I miss stuff. So I just thought that in my head. I'm like, damn.
No, he did. He warned them. He's like, hey, I'm coming in hot. Y'all better get the fuck out.
I mean, he did what he was told. He stood up there and he fought them off as long as he could. Was beat the shit out of him, and then he thought to himself, well, I might as well use the loss of this ship as a weapon to blow the hell out of whatever is down there. So he told him to get out.
Yeah.
For sure.
Cool. Well, I was thinking up until that point, I did think that they did kind of, I wasn't really a fan of Axe Wolves. But I'm like, he kind of redeemed himself a little bit to me with some of his actions, but I did miss that. And I'm like, wait a minute, you just unredeemed yourself. So that was me missing that. Sorry about that.
Leroy Jenkins.
Jeezy.
Oh my god.
Jeezy with the creasy.
So what do you guys think about the next scene where you see the ship in a massive fireball explosion just engulf everything, and you see Moff? First, we'll start with Moto. What do you think about Moff potentially looking? It looks like he is dead. We'll call it potential because we're dealing with science fiction. In Star Wars, anybody can be brought back. That could have been a clone. It might not have been a clone. See, other seasons he had a mustache. All the clones didn't have a mustache. This time he didn't have a mustache. What do you think, Moto Viper? Is he done? Or
that's a good point, because I wanted to bring that up earlier about the mustache and seeing that room full of clones, and he looked younger. His eyes looked more younger, more refreshed. But yeah, where were we? Sorry, man, I spaced out. What was the question on that second part, though?
Whether or not Moff Gideon's dead.
Do you think he's dead? And are you like?
Well, I know that motherfucker's crispy. I know he's done.
Or did you have any, like, what did you feel like when it seemed like he was killed? Were you like, cool, or like, no, fuck, don't kill him yet? What did you think?
Oh, I was rejoiceful. I was hell yeah.
I went kind of the other way. You guys, we'll spin it around the thing, but I was kind of like, no, he just got that fucking cool helmet. He's got the fucking cool suit, and you kill him. Kind of
like burn, dude, burn.
Yeah, go ahead, Bull. What did you think about that? Is he dead? And were you like, how did you feel when he died?
When it first happened, I was like, yes, but I immediately said, but there's a chance he might come back because you never know, right? But logic states that if Grogu wouldn't have done what he did, they would have probably burnt to a crisp.
Oh, for sure.
So it really depends on how well that RoboCop armor he built was. We don't know. It was obviously different from Din Djarin's, right? It was a different makeup altogether. I mean, I know it had Beskar in it, but the mechanics of it was just different. It was like a suit, almost like an Iron Man suit. So I don't know.
They notably changed his appearance in this season 3 because we hadn't seen him much in season 3, right? After the events of season 2. When I was looking at him every time he would show up in the season, I'm like, what the fuck looks different about him? And like Moto said, his face looked younger. He didn't have the mustache. I'm like, I wonder if that's done on purpose. You know what I mean? If you look back on season 1, he looks much older.
He does.
Even though he's got the gray hair in season 3, he still looks younger. So when you're done, Bull, pass it to Gus.
Good. Go ahead, Gus. Yeah.
I mean, you could always shave off that beard and use little salt and pepper hair dye. Make himself look younger.
Yeah, Prophet says he could have easily been a clone, and Rob78 says, I think Moff is a sneaky SOB. He is not dead. Yeah. And Jeezy Crazy says somehow he returned. So do you think he's dead, Gushing? And were you sad or happy to see him?
Oh, I was happy as fuck seeing him get burnt up. But, that thought lingered in the back of my mind that this may not be him. Because that would have been a real easy way of dying. But at the same time, that old adage where, a cat's got 9 lives. Mm-hmm. He's escaped quite often from impossible situations. And maybe it just caught up to him. Maybe he could be a clone. You never know, because in Star Wars, they can flip the script and come up with this very, very intricate explanation as to why someone is still around. So right. Who knows? Do I think he's dead? I hope he is, but part of me thinks that he's not.
What do you think, Marcos? Were you sad or happy to see him go, and do you think he's dead?
Okay, so he is 100% dead, and I'll bet $100. Not having anything to do with anything, but I just came in my head right now. I'm so confident that he will never
stop doing back.
That. Wait. I'm so confident that he will never come back. That Paz Visa died, and he had something against the Mandalorians, or against the new Mandalorian family. So he's gone. That Beskar, the fucking saber's gone. And Moff Gideon was the one that hated the Mandalore so much, and he took the DNA, all his information and him are gone. Now you beat that last level of the game, Super Nintendo. You went through 3 motherfucking hard ass levels with 8 fucking individual levels in each level. You beat the fucking game by killing off Moff Gideon, and you get to the end scene where it's all fucking. You're at the cabin, you got your feet up, and the fucking kids playing the fucking frogs and shit. You went on to the next fucking tier and shit.
Yeah.
He's gone. Moff Gideon's gone. Gone.
All right. So we'll go to the end. I thought it sucked that he is dead already. We were missing the main protagonist in a lot of this series, especially in season 3. And I'm like, man, you just kind of establishing him. His suit's cool. Yes, I'm a visual whore. I like the bad guy stuff. I like things that look cool. I'm like, man. So I thought I'm a fan of that particular actor too. So Giancarlo Esposito is a very good actor. He does a good job. I think this show is stronger with him in there, but if he's dead, he's dead.
Well,
say something?
the reason why he's gone is they're opening the door for a much bigger, badder, meaner.
No, we all know that Thrawn's coming for Ahsoka. Whether or not that transpires to Mando season 4 or whatever, if there's going to be one. But
well, the good thing, Pac, like you said, with it being science fiction, is that you can always bring somebody back, right? And it depends on what the writing is. Like, who's to say, like in season 4, episode 5, they say, hey, we need to bring him back because the writing says we should. So that's a good thing about that. I'm glad we don't know 100%. Huh?
Yeah.
What'd you say, Gushing?
I said they brought Optimus Prime back.
They sure did.
Yeah, science fiction, you do anything once. We're going to continue because we're at an hour and 35 minutes, and we still have a little chunk to take care of. So the light cruiser crashes, and the entire base is engulfed in a massive ball of fire, seemingly destroyed Moff Gideon and what appears to be Grogu, Mandu, and Bo-Katan. Till we pan to Grogu shielding them from the flames with the Force. And I thought the exact same thing that Prophet said a little bit ago when I saw this.
Yeah, he didn't pass out.
No, it wasn't Prophet. Hold on just a second, guys. It was Ralph Bednarski says, Grogu holding the flames back is the first time he is 100% did not pass out completely after using the Force. Grogu is getting stronger. I immediately noticed that. I'm like, but dude, was that not like the fucking scene that made you just feel fucking Star Wars in your fucking chest, dude?
It was amazing. Yeah. It was amazing.
Very happy at that point. That Grogu didn't become chilly.
It was amazing. Yeah. It really was.
That's why I had to change background.
You cried, didn't you, Marcos? You cried a little bit.
No, hell no, man. Hell.
Yes, he did.
I got my tear ducts removed when I was 4 years old, man. This morning.
Yeah. But man, you guys can go on a little bit about this, but we'll continue on just that. There's 2 parts that really grabbed me about this episode, and that's the first one, man. I was like, yeah, go ahead. I got to see you. Go ahead.
Bo-Katan ran in to save all 3 with her little 12-inch diameter shield.
Hey, she tried.
Her face ain't getting fried. Everything else is toast, bro. Oh shit. And Grogu said, hold my beer. Damn. Hell yeah.
All right. So I guess we're done with that section.
It speaks for itself. There's really nothing to say. I mean, you saw it. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful scene. And that's all we need to say. It was beautiful.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Bull because it's almost like the obvious badass. And you can't say anything to it to hold a fucking. It's like, well, it's fucking.
Like, what do you say? It's just. It was perfect. It was perfect.
Back shot, the back shot where it's screened out and they're just all. It's just a like fucking aerodynamic fucking bubble, dude. Fire.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 when the ship fell and Groot, he engulfed everybody in and he saved them, right? It felt like that.
That's cool.
Right.
I love that movie.
Gushing wanted to chime in. Drop the mic to Gushing.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Gushing had his hand up like he was supposed to, and y'all motherfuckers cut him off. Didn't let him in.
It's all right.
Sorry.
That's the show, man. Hold up your hand. You get some shine. God damn it. Let's see. So we pan to the living waters next where we see Paz Vizsla's son going through the ritual to become a Mandalorian. Vizsla's son may become a part of the story to come as he is a direct descendant to Tar Vizsla, the one who united the Mandalorians and Jedi with the Darksaber. Yeah. When we were first introduced to Bo-Katan, she was under the command of Pre Vizsla, who ended up also being a wielder of the Darksaber. I gotta flick my notes. I need to type them out next time. Pre Vizsla was killed by Darth Maul, who then took the blade in leadership of the Mandalorians that were loyal to the Darksaber. So I think they're It's very possible that that's why we see this kid right early on season 3, and that's why we're seeing him again. And maybe that's why Paz Vizsla died, and they're going to some route with his son. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't take that into consideration. Actually, it crossed my mind of all I wanted to see was Grogu and Din Djarin. I didn't care about anybody else. So when they brought the kid down, I was like, it hit, and I was like, oh, that's Paz Vizsla son, but where's Grogu? Where's fucking?
Yeah,
It's fucked up, dude. And then it didn't even dawn on me what you just said. That
right. There's some serious meat and potatoes right there just with that, the potential of what they could do. Because if we're talking about these Mandalorians and we're continuing from all the stuff that Mandalorians have been with through Star Wars, through the movies, through the Clone Wars, the Vizslas are important to the story as well. Very important.
And they just relit the forge. I mean, that's relit. I mean, that's a huge, serious thing. You know what I'm saying? So something big can happen for them.
Does Paz Vizsla's son have a name?
They have not said it yet. I haven't found any name for him yet.
Okay. So
I think what they were doing is I think they were tying in that he was dead. That Paz Vizsla was dead. Here's the bloodline. It will continue, right? I think that's what they were trying to do. They were tying that together.
Okay, so here, check this out. Like, remember when he got interrupted? He never got to finish the baptism and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, at the beginning.
Finally for his end to the story.
But they're making an emphasis for this kid to be important.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Good one, Mark Cosplay. We got Storm Shadow over there fucking flinging his katanas around.
Oh, sorry.
Yes. Oh man.
Someone needs to send me a Storm Shadow.
Which one? The retro one's a good one coming up, but
that's the one I
want. So
someone buy an extra if I can't get one, and I'll buy it from you.
So Marco should be able to hear me, I think. Then we next see Din Djarin trying to get Grogu added to the song. But he isn't allowed yet because he is too young and can't speak. Instead, with Grogu's parents nowhere to be found, or if they are even alive, Mando adopts Grogu and he is now Mando's apprentice.
And son.
Yeah, the armor accepts this and she dons Grogu as now Din Grogu, which I thought was cool. I'm like, Din Grogu's cool.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think it took Mando so long to do that if he could have done that at any point? Was it just because of the way that Grogu saved them and he showed the maturity level to go to the next level?
No, think about it.
He's battle tested now.
He's been attached now, but think about an actual person. You may not want to adopt somebody right off the rip. You may get to know them. You may get to love them, right? I just think it was right. The timing was right. I mean, a specific instance.
I think it was a couple of different factors, like you were saying. Timing, but also he proved himself. He proved himself not only to love him, and they had that relationship, that bond, but I mean, shit, he chose to be a Mandalorian rather than a Jedi. Yeah. And he also saved his fucking ass numerous times, plus just went to battle. He asked him to be brave. He said, "Can you follow me?"
There's a connection. And I think what pushed this forward to him adopting him was he just knew, look, he's not going to be able to do the song. He's not going to be able to be a Mandalorian. And I don't think he really knows how long that'll be because he doesn't really know the species.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a way for him to continue on and, continue to teach him the ways of life because that's what's happening right now. You know what I mean? So actually, they're both teaching each other other things, but as him being the father figure, he's teaching a little bit more. But when it's a good dynamic, you both learn from each other.
Yeah.
I was just so hoping to see Grogu wield the Darksaber. I thought that would have been fantastic.
Yeah, fuck that dark saber. He needs a real lightsaber. Fuck this dark saber. I
Well,
wanna
not
see
if he's
some
a
real
Mandalorian
lightsabers.
Jedi. He could have
Fuck
wielded the
these
shit out of
stupid
that.
fucking T-handled fucking lightsabers that they fucking did in the sequels. Give me some real lightsabers, man. But yeah, Marcos, we're just talking about how Grogu is now Din Grogu because Mando adopts him.
Yeah, and that's cool. I now understand why Jaren. It's Jaren is his name, but if you become a foundling, you're Din. So he's or apprentice or what the next level is Din. So Din Jaren is Din. I didn't know that. I thought his first name was Din. His last name was Jaren. Right?
Cosplay.
Cosplay.
Hey, Mark. Got a face to face. You don't want a face to face, do you? Mark?
Hey, Mark.
Herbert the pervert.
Oh my god. So, I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool when Din Grogu looks through the water and we see that mythosaur.
Yes.
Right. I think that comes into play in our next episode with the things we're going to talk about. But
that mythosaur found him too. He was like, "Oh, I sense him. Let me open up my eyes. I know something's up there that's different."
Yeah. Then we find Bo-Katan then lights the freaking the Great Forge, which is symbolically the heart of Mandalore.
So it's no longer the dark saber; it's the forge.
It's always the forge has always been a symbol for the Mandalorians.
Yeah, I'm saying the forge is better than the dark saber because it was that dark saber and it's gone now. So they have to have something, and they unified together. So now it's the forge for all of them, both people.
Forge keeps their ass alive with all that freaking Beskar armor, bro.
Baba Zaba.
Is that the first song, or did I miss a song?
That was the first one.
Oh yes.
Moto Frank, you alive? You good?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Phil.
Telling you, man, you gotta get in where you fit in here, bro.
I'm telling you. No, I'm just digging it because it's. I couldn't agree more, boys. It's great.
I'm going to talk about the bar at the end and the final scene. Go ahead with your bullet points, Marcos. Just do it.
I left the bar scene completely out of my mind, and I watched this thing twice. It was fine that he went in there and was like, "Hey, I'm looking for." First fucking
Marcos,
what's up?
Do you know that Dave Filoni is in that bar sitting on a stool? Right when they first show it to the right, Dave Filoni's sitting right on the stool.
Oh, that's fucking sick, dude.
The gentleman,
so now you can give a fuck about the bar scene. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, the gentleman that Mando's talking to last season, him and Filoni came up together in the X-Wings. He was part of that. That's the guy that Dan was talking to. You guys remember that?
I don't. Go with what you're saying, Marcos. I just wanted you to know that about the bar scene.
Well, yeah, I don't even know. I know Favre. If Favre was sitting there, I'd be like, "Oh my god, I'm sorry, I take it back." But Filoni, I got to get to know you, Filoni. I don't know you, Filoni. Hey, what have you done?
He's responsible for what you're watching.
I know.
Hey,
shout out.
The planet that had the spiders. Filoni was in the X-Wing with the Asian guy that was in the scene.
Okay. That's Carson Teva.
So he's been in that.
Hey, so I'm definitely getting an X-Wing fighter and a fucking Filoni pilot.
I told you, Marcos. Remember, I'm like, I sold one a while back and I hated it. I drove home after that show and I just felt a part was missing from me. The X-Wing is like the baddest fucking ship in Star Wars for me. I love the X-Wing.
The X-Wing and the TIE Fighter.
TIE Fighter is my second for sure.
Yeah. Dude, I'm at ATST and then a fucking TIE Fighter.
Yeah. AT-AT is my number one. I always wanted a walker.
So, I think the bar scene though, Marcos, is important because we've talked to. Go ahead.
No, go
ahead.
Okay, so here, I remember that. Did he give the gift to Grief Karga first, or did he fucking go to the bar first?
He went
Bar
to the
first.
bar
He went
first.
to the bar first, and then
If he
Greek
went to the
Party
bar
gave
first,
him. Yeah.
I get the fact that he's like, okay, here's why. And what shut me off was he went. No, that's what they do. Mandalorians go and they get fucking. Remember, I was talking about that the last time when they work for the Empire, they work for the fucking Republic. They just looking for work and shit, and so they don't have a fucking side. They're just like, hey,
I
man.
think he's gravitating more of how
Yes.
you teach Din Grogu, and I don't think he wants to teach Din Grogu the Imperial Empire way. So
Yeah.
I think that he is leaning towards the Republic and the Mandalorians, not the Empire.
Because there's no future in the Empire. It's just there's
Well,
no future.
the reason we clown on the Republic right now, think about this. They don't have true leadership. They circle around in their Senate and they use democracy, right? You see how people can't even fucking get along just talking about everyday life. So when you got democracy, how the fuck are people gonna agree? So with the Empire you had and that's another reason why the Republic didn't succeed, because they had the Grand Master fucking Sith Lord in their midst, deceiving it all. So when we always say the Republic, they don't know what they're doing, they're telling people to do this, they're telling them to do that. Well, first off, they were under the rule of a Sith Lord and didn't know it. So yeah, they were gonna do shit like that. The Republic needs leadership now that's strong, that can, you know what I mean? It makes them not look the way that they are looking in your eyes as well, Marcos. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What's up, Lord Dragon?
I think the bar scene was beneficial because the armorer tells Din Djarin, now you have to take your apprentice and take him and go across the universe, the galaxy, whatever you want to call it, and you have to teach him. You have to do adventures. You have to do things and teach him how to become a Mandalorian, just like you did. So he's like, what's the best way for me to do that? I still have to make money. I'm still a bounty hunter at trade, but I also have this little youngling right here that I don't want to teach bad stuff to. So what can I do? So he's basically going to be like a mercenary, bounty man for the Republic to make money and also to teach Grogu, but in a good fatherly way. Does that make sense? So I think the bar scene was way beneficial, and it set up for season 4 on what they are going to do. It's all going to be about them two, I'm assuming, and it's going to be like old school Mando, where it's going to be Grogu and Mando going through the galaxy, doing adventures and meeting certain people and meeting new characters. I really think that's what they set that up for that.
Right. Marcos, take us to the end, because we got to get to the end, bro. It's been almost 2 hours right now.
Okay, but just so I want to say, because I was thinking right now, think about, and you don't have to answer right now because I'll do the last scene, but think about, those books you read, and some of them have an alternate ending if you choose this way. So Moff Gideon fucking slays Bo-Katan with the fucking saber, kills fucking Din Djarin, grabs Grogu by the fucking throat and says, make this fucking shit explosion go over us, or I'll fucking kill you. Basically, better writing. Has the fucking saber in his fucking hand ready to just slice through Grogu. Grogu's so young, he fucking takes it. Now that real fucking Mandalorian fucking king has come. Black fucking suit, black dark set, fucking rounding up fucking the Empire and just fucking annihilating anything that comes in his fucking way. Because look at Moff Gideon, looks damn good in that suit. And his voice, fucking sick. Fucking sick, dude. So anyway, IG-12 is a gift to Grief Karga from, and he's the new sheriff.
Yeah, no, I love it.
I want all 3 IG-11s, bro. Boom, boom, and boom, man. That's sick. So sick.
Because he originally asked Mando to be the sheriff. He was like, no, can't do it. But later on, I'm going to give you this gift. Now you do have a sheriff.
Fuck yeah. Oh, and he's hella cool. He's like, hello, I am here for you, serving.
I'm here to serve you. I love you, humans.
He's one of the people I missed, dude. He was fucking. He's a cool ass fucking droid.
He was, man.
Yeah. So and then
yes, Ralph. Yeah,
I loved him from the very beginning when he was all lone droid, but he's always been cool. I when in the beginning when he tried to kill Grogu.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved all aspects of him. He's he was a great part of the show.
yes, Ralph, the M3 Choose Your Own Adventure Star Wars books.
Yep.
hey, you can
Put
do
some
the art
put some little-
picture, Ralph. That'd be dope.
Put some little pop-up pictures in there. Fucking
The dial that moves shit, and you have the sabers going.
So we end the episode with Mando getting a place on Navarro, granted by Grief Karga. Mando's chilling. Mando's just chilling on the front porch of his new Navarro home, while Din Grogu is out front playing with the Sorgan frogs. And
He's
that's how we
training.
end
He's
it.
training. He's doing his Jedi shit that Luke taught him.
He's playing with Sorgan frogs, bro.
He's training like Luke Skywalker taught him how to train. And that's what he's doing. Remember, he's 50. He's not 5. Just because he can't talk doesn't mean he doesn't have the mentality of a 50-year-old. He's still training like Luke Skywalker. That's what he was doing on that beach with those crabs. He was training.
Bro, I think that we all know that he's advancing. He just stopped a fucking nuclear fucking
He did.
Explosion.
Yep.
Yeah.
And didn't pass out, by the way, which you said, I thought he was. He kind of acted like he was. He's like, oh, I'm not gonna do it.
He landed on his butt.
He did act like he was gonna do it though. I was like, oh fuck, here he goes. Oh no, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
All right.
He definitely is much stronger. He's getting stronger.
Yeah.
So final thoughts. Start with Moto Viper. I haven't heard from you in a while.
Oh man, just a killer season finale. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was from beginning to end. I think it tied it all in finally, and I'm excited to see how it plays into the next series. And yeah.
Oh,
I loved it. Obviously, I've been talking so positively about it. I just think it's old. The whole episode was old school Star Wars to me. The whole feel. I love the fight scenes. I love the emotional portion of it. I love how it tied everything together. And the ending was just phenomenal with Grogu, stopping the fire and saving them. And if this would have been the Mandalorian finale ever, like it was done, it would have ended perfectly. And I think that's amazing when you can take something like that and you can end it perfectly like it was done. And I think I could walk away from it and be like, I'm okay with no more Mando. That was so perfect. I'm glad we're going to have it. But I thought it was perfect.
You're right, Bull. I would. I'm glad we're going to have it. But if it ended right there, 100%. And I forget at the end when Grief Karga gives fucking Din Djarin the fucking cabin out in the fucking flat and shit. Little pond in front. Grogu's happy with a frog. Legs up. Dude, that's sick, man. I thought that was a really good ending of if it were done.
Yeah. Good thing it's not, but I would have been okay.
Bro, you don't know. What if
we're gonna shed some light on some stuff. We're gonna shed some light on some stuff on the next episode. So
all right.
Go ahead, Gushing. Your final thoughts on this episode.
I'm just happy they tied everything up with IG-11. I had when the moment they walked in the bar and I saw that head, I knew. I was like, "Yep, he's coming back." And then they brought him back and finished it off. I like that their Mando's little families formed. They have a home. They have, they have a plot going forward and a path that, Mando and Grogu are very like, what? They're like, I missed something.
Let's see if we're doing.
Jeezy Creed said IG-11 is now in charge of evictions.
Yeah. But you know, they're pushing forward in their development as a family, and like Grogu growing up. So I like it.
Yes. Yes. I like the episode. More of what I want to say about everything will come on our next show. We're gonna end this show with so Mark Cosplay said this, and it's a good comment, and he says, I've enjoyed these live streams. It's like being invited to everyone's thoughts. I honestly respect and I enjoy everyone's point of view on this mythology Star Wars. Your friendships means a lot to me. That's right.
Yeah, thanks, Mark.
When Kathleen Kennedy says we're toxic fucking fandom, eat that, Kathleen Kennedy. Suck on that right there. So
Ralph Bednarski says something cool. I mean, IG-11 is Disney's way of saying they are done with Cara Dune.
I hope not. Hope she comes back. 'Cause we know that Favreau wants her back. So
I would love to see a lot of her.
Yeah.
Love it.
So that's going to end this show, and we will be back. It's probably going to be Monday night. We will have another Mandalorian show with some other stuff involved, with a special guest. Special.
Ooh. Special.
Who will it be?
Special. You're so special.
But so we're not done with this right quite yet. We got new Star Wars content or
Kilmer.
Star Wars news. We will talk about it too. So as always, it's great to talk to Moto Viper, Bull, Gushing, and as always, M3. Go ahead. You want to take us out, M3? Talk.
Oh yeah. Real quick, Mark Cosplay said Val Kilmer was a filler Batman.
Yeah, he was garbage.
Oh, you guys know
Iceman wasn't good in Batman.
Oh, let me take us out proper. Hold on, Pat. Give me one more. Hold on.
It is 420.
It is 420.
Well, it's not it's 421 now. Not where you're at, M3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm at
we're in different time zones.
Wait, 923?
Like I gotta it's slow at work. So everybody have a great night. Happy 420.
Yes. And with that being said, it's time to get the fuck ink.